At it indeed. As soon as I get my compressor started up again. So, looks like we're good to go now. Alright, so, internet's still looking a little weird, bitrate's still looking a little iffy to me tonight, but I think we can maybe push through. I guess we'll see how it goes. So far, it seems like the stream is going through okay, but it might be a little bit, I don't know. Not too sure how that's going to go. We'll see. I think we're just going to try it again. So, last night, we attempted to give Halo Infinite, the campaign, a bit of a try. And we're dealing with some bitrate issues, and that wasn't good. But on top of that, as soon as I stopped the stream, I thought it was completely and solely responsible. The performance issues we were having on the stream end was due to the internet. But looking at it, as soon as I ended the stream, I noticed my CPU usage was through the roof. And looking and digging into it and getting some information, it seems like on the PC port of Halo Infinite on the campaign, once you reach the open world, it isn't exactly the most well optimized. And I couldn't even close OBS properly, so that whole stream I ended up losing. Well, it seems like there's some optimization stuff that needs to be done for the PC version. So I ended up just getting a refund on that, and I noticed that on Game Pass, they're giving away Game Pass for $1 on on the I guess it's both Xbox and PC. But I've got the Xbox One X, and I was taking a look at some Digital Foundry-esque comparisons between the versions of the games. And the One X version doesn't look that bad. It definitely looks better than the Xbox One version. But the One X didn't seem too bad in terms of performance and actual visual fidelity. So I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. I even played through a little bit of the campaign just to make sure it looked and performed okay, and it seems to do alright. So we're going to give it a try. This might be a little bit... I don't know. Hopefully not too laggy, but we might see some weird things going on just because it looks like the bitrate's giving me the runaround again. But so far, Twitch is telling me that the connection is excellent, so we're just going to wing it and go with it, and hopefully that's going to be good enough. But this is a bit of a redo from what happened yesterday. I'm just going to start a new game, and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, redo from what happened yesterday. Hey, that's me. Let me mute that tab in those speakers real quick, and then we'll be good to go. All right. So again, I did play a bit of this yesterday, a couple hours worth, though we were shooting the shit quite heavily. And, I played a little bit of this. It seemed pretty good so far from what I played. It's just as soon as we hit the open world bit, which was probably the crux of the game, that didn't exactly work out so well. So hopefully we can get to that part and give it a little bit of a once-over and see what's going on. Let me see what's going on here. There we go. Let's do a new game. Difficulty, I'm going to try Heroic, because I was trying that offline and it seemed to be doing okay, so hopefully it'll remain that way. What is skulls? No skulls collected? Oh, yeah. Guess because we haven't played the game yet. Well, let's get into it. See what this is all about. Fresh start, a little bit. I don't know why other players are loading. That doesn't make much sense, but alright. There's no co-op in this. That's like one of the biggest complaints from people so far, is the fact that this single-player campaign doesn't have any sort of co-op in it. But, what can you do outside of complain? And then maybe they'll backpedal at some point. Better check to make sure the volume isn't too weird.
Live your life differently.
My name is Atriox, and I am the last face you will ever see.
Oh my god. I can't believe it. Master Chief is fucking dead. And then we just cut to this loser. No clue who this is. At first I was thinking, like, is he one of the many crew members that were in, like, Halo 4 or 5? But no, he's just some guy. I suppose that's alright, though. You think there's a breach? I don't know. Ah, we got it.
Okay, Daddy's listening. Can you say hi? And show Daddy how big you are. Can you say so big? Good. And can you sing?
Mary had a
Good singing. How about I miss you?
I miss you.
And I love you.
I love you, Daddy.
And good. And can you say I can't wait to see you again?
I can't wait to see you again.
Okay, now say bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, you better get up and do something about that.
This is UNSC Pelican Echo 216. Can you hear me? This is UNSC.
I don't like how his little whip hook shot thing is just dangling out there in the breeze. There. It's kind of weird. Figured that would, like, recoil back into itself.
Looks like the main power cells are fried. Auto shut down. Triggering survival mode. I'm going to try to overwrite. Okay. If you can hear me in there, I hope you're ready. Please don't die. Please, don't. Yes! 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 We're going home! Oh, welcome back, Chief.
I don't know what he expects Chief to do.
What little power I had into your suit.
He can refuel the ship on his own. He can fly him home on his back.
Okay, follow the light.
Maybe he could just fight an army of aliens. That seems like the most likely thing.
Let's look down.
It's looking awful dank in there. Yeah, we noted last time that there's a lot of fog in here, which also seemed to be hindering performance on the PC version a little bit.
Function seem to be operational, but it looks like there's a
Too dank for my PC.
Try moving it. Stay calm. You've been out there a while. I know I saw something in here to check the diagnostics on your armor.
Just keep going.
Whoa, 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 easy there, big guy. You're not.
Status report.
Status report? What? There's something you need to see, Chief. We lost. Lost everything. There's nothing left for us here. I don't even know where here is.
What a coincidence. Neither do I.
No, 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 no. Not then. Not again. We need to run.
I need a weapon.
Weapon? This is all I've got.
It's enough.
Wait, what? What are you gonna do?
Improvise. Close the door.
Oh, the main batteries are shut down. We're stuck out here.
Too bright. Yeah, that was a pretty bright white screen.
What can you do on your own?
I told you. It's enough.
So I see. No. They're powering up a stasis beam. We can't escape.
You
Hey,
work on
just
the
chill out,
batteries.
man.
I'll buy us some time.
This is the master chef. He can whip up anything.
I don't believe it. You made it.
Alright, back in the fight.
What?
Scan reveals your current objective and their waypoints, along with nearby weapons, interactive objects, and collectibles. Tips can be disabled from the UI settings in the game menu. So we gotta show me where everything is button.
Stasis beam is active.
Then we shut it down. Stasis beam, weapons, all of it.
What? How will you get back?
I'll figure something out.
Like I was just sleeping. I thought it was just a corpse, but it told me to melee it, so I'm like, alright. All things considered, this game looks pretty good on the Xbox One X. Now, I am playing in quality mode over performance mode. When I was taking a look at the comparisons, I was taking a look at some of the performance mode visuals, and they didn't look quite as good. But I did some comparisons with the recording of my stream on PC using high settings, and...
Eliminate. Chief, whatever you're planning to do,
we
do
do
it fast.
this is crouch, and the recording from a couple scenes that I played through on the Xbox One X, and they're pretty damn close. The textures look a little muddy in comparison, but it's not really noticeable when you're moving around. Any aliasing still pretty much looks the same, and frame rate, I got when I was playing on PC, we had pretty sharp visuals, and I was getting a consistent 60, except in some cases, specifically like some cutscenes for whatever reason, they started to dip. And then when we hit the open world, when everything started to crash, just because the CPU usage went up and spiked like crazy. So, other than that, I mean, you know, it's pretty good. I gotta say, I got to a couple points where it seemed to be dipping down to maybe about like the 45, 40 range. And then we were pretty much, I feel like, kind of near the 60s in terms of frame rate. But I'm not even really concerned if we're actually hitting 60 or not. I'm more concerned as to whether the frame rate will be consistent. I feel like for the most part, from what I saw, it was fairly consistent. So no complaints from me. And I'm only playing this, I mean, you know, it's a rental, but I'm only playing it for $1, so also can't complain about that. Wish I was playing with mouse and keyboard, but can't always get what we want. I played through the entirety of Halo 5 without mouse and keyboard, because I was doing that on this Xbox One X as well, so it wasn't too bad. I mean, you know, this started as a console shooter, so no reason why it would feel poor on an actual console. It's just, you know, when it comes to first-person shooters, mouse and keyboard is my personal preference. But, so far it feels pretty good. No major complaints. We'll see how it goes as it progresses. Now, last year, I was playing through the Master Chief Collection, and I was gifted the Master Chief Collection on PC right when I think Reach came out, and I didn't start streaming with Reach. I played a little bit of Reach on my own time. I'd never played it before. Wasn't exactly feeling it. Ah, yes, this. Oh, I should have whipped the pistol out. I kind of like seeing Chief in a cutscene with a pistol instead of a rifle. What's up, Tay? Probably not, because... Did he just, like, explode himself? Probably not playing Horizon Zero, because I played that on my own time, and I even platinumed that game, so I played it fairly thoroughly. But, I don't think I'll be touching that one anytime soon, just because... Boy, when did I do that? I did that last year. Yeah, that was when COVID hit big. And I had some time off work, and I said, I'm going to play a game from start to finish. And I was streaming a shitload of games, but there was some stuff that I just wanted to play on my own time. And Horizon Zero Dawn was one that I played at my own time. Platinumed it. Thought it was a pretty good game. Aloy kind of annoyed me. But otherwise, I thought, you know, it was pretty solid. But yeah, don't really feel a need to stream that, so... Probably not gonna happen, but you never know. Maybe one of these days I'll go back to it.
That hologram. It's Atriox. He led the attack on the Infinity. He was looking for something. He killed everyone.
No clue who that is.
We met.
Don't know when that happened, Chief. It wasn't when I was around. So... I started streaming the Master Chief Collection once Halo Combat Evolved came out, and I did the Anniversary Edition, which kind of sucked with Combat Evolved. I did the Anniversary Edition of 2, which was pretty damn good. I liked that one quite a bit. And then I just continued on from there. Did 3, did Reach, did ODST. So, it was a pretty fun little endeavor. Finally ended up doing everything on the Master Chief Collection 4 included, and then I got Guardians for super cheap, like $5 or something like that. Streamed that, so I streamed every pretty much main Halo game, or at least every Halo game that was in first person. Love tossing shit at people like that. But anyway, Halo Infinite, the campaign was supposed to, or the full game even, was supposed to come out last year, and I was thinking, oh, you know, this would be perfect timing. And I'll just stream Guardians, and then by the time I'm finished with Guardians, then Infinite will come out, and then Infinite got delayed. I was like, well, that puts a damper in that. Oh, well. Got pushed back a year, and then finally yesterday, we get the release of the game. So, attempted to stream it. Didn't exactly work out just because of the weird CPU and the internet issues, and the rest is history. Now here we are. I wonder if I should. I guess I should switch out the pistol for a plasma-based weapon. You like the graphics to that game? Horizon Zero Dawn wasn't bad looking. It was pretty good. So, I wasn't overly impressed, but I also didn't play the PC version. I played the PS4 version, which I guess it looked alright. Hey, what's going on, Daler? Game's good so far. I played this yesterday on the PC, and that was when stuff wasn't working out for me. I came to the conclusion that it was not only the game, or not only my internet, but it was the game that wasn't working that great either. So now I'm giving it another try on the Xbox, and we're kind of hoping that this is going to perform better in terms of internet and in terms of the gameplay. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, so good. How you doing today? I'm feeling a little tired myself, but I wanted a redo after yesterday. Shit. Oh, I don't got any grenades yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to playing with a controller on this game again, but it's fairly intuitive. There's not much of a learning curve for me. It's just what was the last first-person shooter I played with a controller? It seems like it's been a while. I gotta say, sometimes when a game's good, it's real good, and I could get used to it pretty damn quick. Titanfall 2, one of those examples. I guess the Halo games weren't too bad, but especially since I played the entire Master Chief Collection and with mouse and keyboard, would have preferred to do it again.
We could be the only two humans left alive out here.
Then there's still hope.
That's right. Humanity is hope. But so far, you know, we haven't had any like major performance issues on the Xbox. It looks pretty good, even compared to the PC. So I think this will probably be a winner. I don't know if I want to purchase this game because I am doing it off the Game Pass. But you know, if I bought it, I think I'd probably like to have it on PC. It's just a matter of if that game's ever going to get optimized and fixed. Figured out why you didn't see me online. It shows that I'm offline in the friends list instead of online. That's weird. Have to take a look. My settings might have changed or something. Does it still show me streaming? Like, I mean, your follow list is probably huge, so that's probably not the best way to do it. I keep mine fairly trim. I don't follow that many people. So, I only follow people that I have an interest in watching. Like, at any given time, which isn't a lot. What is this? Let's see what this does. Oh, there's a shotgun. This will probably use, boy, did we have a kinetic ammo station? I guess not. Somewhere around here there might be something. Well, let's give this a try and see how it goes. Bet your ass. Go long, jackass. Got an achievement for something. I'm surprised those little canisters didn't blow up. Oh, I love playing first-person shooters sometimes. It always feels good to throw a grenade and chuck it and have a bunch of people die. I also love using the little grapple hook thing in this game. I was having a blast with that last time. It says I'm streaming, but only check friends list. Follow like 9 billion people. That's kind of what I figured. Let's see. It might be best if I actually go back here and grab something. Let's try that. Oh, did they all die from that one grenade? Wow. Not too shabby. I don't know how to drop something. Oh, there it goes. Why? Drop something without throwing it. Oh boy. Alright. Let's see what we can do. We got a lot of progress to make. Catch up on. So I was taking a look at your package, Daler. It looks like it's delayed one day. Unfortunately. It was supposed to come in today. But, yeah, it got pushed back one day. I guess it's not terrible. I expect my UPS to be on time, damn it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Watch out. I don't know where this guy is. Full-on kinetic ammo. Good on that. Oh shit. Just saw that guy throwing a grenade at me. Package. Not that kind of package. They let me a game, which I streamed a bit of. Not a whole lot, but I streamed Saw on the PS3. And I played that to its entirety off stream. I ended up getting the platinum for it, so I was just sending that back to him. But I also sent him a care package filled with shit. So, hopefully he appreciates that. Barely dodged that. I was taking a look at this because in previous Halo game, there was supposed to be like some auto-aim, but there's no auto-aim in this one. Not that I mind too much, but I kind of almost figured that it would be included, and it clearly isn't. It's not too bad to get, not too hard to get headshots in most regards, though, especially if you have a repeating weapon. Not too concerned about it. It's not like it's online or anything like that either. Just to waste these guys quicker than normal probably would be ideal. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Try to send me the Bourne conspiracy as soon as possible. That one might end up getting lost in the mail, man. I don't know.
You're approaching Soon, the Banished will stand victorious. Atriox, hear these words. Even from beyond this life, your will is served. Your forces occupy the ring. Within hours, it will be under our control. Humanity will cower before your legacy. They will burn. Their praise and defiance will be all but a memory.
All right, still don't know what's going on, but sure.
We have a new problem.
We need to get out of here.
I'm working on it.
Work faster. These pelicans nearly on board and the power's still out. Don't
Too many people.
get me.
You played that one on PS3, kind of sucked. I beat it in 2 streams, never again. It was short, that's what she said. Yes, of course. Still halfway enjoyed it, but certainly didn't love it. Oh, I think you're just saying that. I think you love that quite a bit. I'll play hard to get with it now. Yeah, no, Dela streamed that one all the way through in a couple streams, like you said. I watched him play most of it. I don't think I was impressed. Whoa! Man, I need something with a little more range on this. Oh shit! What is that? I don't remember that. Maybe it's because I'm playing on Heroico or whatever. It's like some super red brute or something like that. The speed lines seem a little less prominent on the Xbox version. I wonder if that's because of graphical limitations or what. They seem to be quite in your face. Shit. When I was playing on the PC. I'd love to use a shotgun, but these guys aren't getting close enough for me to do that. Yeah, this shotgun is super, super low range. Where you at? Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't remember fighting this guy before. I fought a guy that was similar to him, like, late in the game that I played. To the point where... like, it was, like, right before I ended the stream. So that was a couple hours in, so maybe this is just an attribute of, the higher difficulty setting. Oh, there he goes. He's dead. Oh, just overshot him. That's alright. Go and stream the 24-hour game next based off the show, but you gotta space out your crappy games. Oh, well, I got some games for you. Oh man, so I was messing around with this game on PC last night when I was streaming, so I didn't get to catch as far as you went with Metal Gear Solid 2. What'd you do with that? You still playing that, or you just were you just checking it out? I mean, if you're doing all the cutscenes and stuff, that game's a little bit long. What's up, Skirty? Welcome back. Halo Infinite, baby. Yeah, this is kind of my second time playing it. We're trying the Xbox version since the PC version kind of shit the bed. So we're hoping that this version's gonna do a little bit better for us. But I've not played that far into it.
Okay, and you can do that.
No. New plan. Scuttle the ship.
You are going to destroy this
Just
ship
break shit.
with us in it? I'm going to die here.
There are cooling pipes running towards the main engines.
Just beat Fat Man. Okay, so you're doing all the cutscenes. Finish it on Saturday. That's still a tall order if you're doing all the cutscenes. It's going to be a long stream. And it's going to be like, we're going to have to do it, not perfect, but, you know, with little intrusion. Oh. See you, Craig. Probably don't want to waste this ammo if we got jackals with shields. That'd be a good idea. Though I've noticed with Infinite, and this wasn't something you could do in previous Halo, but it seems like with the plasma energy weapons, you can reload, not reload them. You can always reload them, but you can like pick up ammunition from other guns instead of having to switch out an entirely different gun. There's also these ammo stations just make things easier. So I'm kind of liking that. Played it yesterday, didn't disappoint so far. Well, that's good. Yeah, we had some interesting conversations yesterday when I was playing this. It seems like there was his game is broken in the YouTube. I guess it isn't. He said he was only watching my stream because his internet was broken and only YouTube was accessible. So he didn't even want to watch me. But boy, he had some words. He was telling me I'd be disappointed in the campaign, how much it sucked, how much it relied on old nostalgia for value, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm enjoying it so far. I got no beef with this goddamn game. It's like he had a chip on his shoulder just because it existed. But what I played only a couple hours, but what I played, I liked quite a bit. Yeah, the beauty about the Metal Gear games is you can get a lot done around the house while you're watching the cutscenes. Exactly. You can just get up and walk away. Go grab a beer, go take a piss, go take a shit. You come back. If you're not invested in them whatsoever, nobody will be the wiser. I'm trying to clear all these guys out, but I don't know if they like respawn in a sense. Give me that. There we go. Okay. Now I can start focusing on this, I guess.
Did he work? Nothing seemed to happen.
I'm not done yet.
Give me a sec. Hold up.
Hurry. I can see them. Roots. The little things. All waiting.
The little things.
Don't let them get me, please.
Oh, whoa! Jeez. Oh, and you do. Okay. Good to know. Guess I gotta check my corners. Jesus. They just shot me in the head. But at least I put it like right in front here. And this way I don't even have to drop down.
Get ready.
Okay. Fire up those engines, Chief. Maybe we'll survive.
When you stream 4, you're gonna squeeze in a bath. You could probably go and get your groceries during 4. Go take the kid to school. Go run some errands. Go get your car washed. You got all day with that one.
The Spartan. No. Something better. The Master Chief returns. We thought you dead. Tossed into the void. Yet here you stand. Humans call you their savior. Covenant. Demon. The Banished. Prey. Destroy this craft if you must. It matters not. The Banished will hunt you down. Pursue you wherever you run.
It's talking like Yoda.
Do you know him?
language hard.
Well, he knows you. He knows
Doesn't a cutscene in 4 take like a literal hour? Yeah, just about. I think it's like it's close to 40 minutes if you count it all.
together.
Shut up, Grant. Still got time for you. Alright. Beady bastards. They are. But if you're invested, they're very well worth it. Workout's so good for that guy. Bad time to reload. Oh. Whoa! Hey, did you just pull armor off that other dude? Can't do that. But yeah, it seemed like everybody was pretty much digging this game yesterday when I was playing this, except for the one guy. But, you know. I was going to say, I wish I knew what was going on in this game, because I don't know what the hell's going on. And we talked about it a little bit, but there was a point in time where, like, a lot of Halo games required, like, reading novels to understand the plots of what was going on in a few of the video games. And I'm like, nah, if it's something like that, I ain't all about that. But I don't even know if it's that. I don't know what's going on. I was told, like, whatever this faction is, they were in, like, Halo Wars, and I'm like, oh god. I gotta play a whole other game now to understand who these people are and what their motivations are. Why can't the story go from, like, 5 to this? What happened to Cortana? I thought she was dangerous. But then, like, in this one, she's already been taken care of? I don't understand. Alright, Daler, you have a good night. Thank you for dropping in, but you take care. Hopefully we'll see you back.
Victory is already ours.
Why are your holograms so big?
Run, Spartan. We will meet on the battlefield.
Same. Only started with Halo 3. I had no idea the storyline concept. Kind of like GTA. A little bit. There are little nuances that connect the GTA games, but there's nothing like super serious that needs to be connected. At least with GTA, you're not required to play the other ones. And if there are connectivities, it's more like Easter eggs or like little nods to the fans or something like that. But with Halo, the past 3 games in Halo, I have no clue what's going on. And granted, that's 343's fault with Halo 4 when they tried to make things larger than life.
On my way.
Because Halo 4's story was a mess. I didn't mind the gameplay. I thought the game was fine. A lot of people give the game flack. I agree that the story was not great. But the game itself was fine. I just wish I knew what was going on. Well, maybe I don't wish I knew what was going on. It seemed awfully convoluted. But, oh, that aside,
What's that? He felt bad. Even the Banished seemed great.
I still have fun with these games. I just wish the story was more cohesive.
Slowly. I don't know. It's gonna be close. Too close.
Oh, that's a little. Yeah, speaking of cutting it close. That works.
Okay, so 90 seconds to full charge. I hope this place holds together that long. Charge faster!
I need another weapon. What do we want? Pistol, is that it? Ugh. I hate the plasma pistol. Always hated the plasma pistol. Never liked it. Get out of the way, please. It's good enough. It's good enough. This is a little hairy there for a second. Damn, I can't believe Chief is dead again, right? It's for sure the worst gun of the game. Even the noise it makes. Yeah, it's not too pleasant sounding either, is it? I love the sidearm, like the Marine pistol. So if I needed a handgun, I'd probably go for that one, but...
Chief, you still with me?
I'm here.
Okay, give me a second. I'm coming to get you.
What's up, games? Welcome back. Is your internet busted again, or...?
Okay, let's get out of here.
So someone beat this last night, and the last fight doesn't look fun. It's exhausting to watch. Yeah, last fights in the Halo games aren't really known for their... well, anything, really. A lot of times there aren't even last fights.
Locate UNSC Infinity.
UNSC Infinity. Class. Supercarrier. Crow size. 7,150. Not found.
Near field perimeter scan.
1,986. UNSC tags detected.
Status.
Deceased. The Master Chief lives? Atriox assured us of his death. Are you not angered? No. I feel invigorated. You promised us revenge, superiority, renewal. He threatens everything. Do you question my leadership? Atriox's vision. Atriox is dead. It is his fault that we are stuck here. The Banished will never bow to anyone again. Not the Covenant. Not the Prophets.
Oh, I realized this time around he's stealthed. I didn't understand what was happening last time, but that's nothing new.
This ring will be operational. Please. There. You will have your revenge.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Follow Spartan from a distance. I want to know everything about him.
Spaniard's still overacting. I guess he's supposed to be comic relief. I don't know. He's supposed to be your wacky little buddy. But then we already got Cortana for that, so I'm not too sure.
Accept.
Encrypted message found.
Read.
Attempting decryption. Decryption failed.
Locate message source.
Triangulation in progress. Triangulation in progress.
We're done, right, Chief? If we stay out here any longer, they're gonna come back. They'll find us, and they'll kill us. What is it you're searching for?
Match found. Signal located. Waypoint uploaded.
There's nothing there. You're looking in the wrong direction. We need to go home.
Plot the waypoint.
Requesting manual flight control override.
Do it.
Autopilot engaged.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Why would we go down there?
The Banished plan to wipe us out. All of us.
And what? You think we can stop them on our own?
He tried.
I told
All right, Skirty. Well, thank you for dropping by.
We lost.
You have a good night, and hopefully we'll see you next time. If you want to watch more Tomb Raider, that's probably going to be over the weekend. So,
No. We do our duty. Protect humanity, whatever the cost.
I can't be the only.
Entering atmosphere. Autopilot disengaging in 5,
We have a new mission, soldier.
4,
What is it? What's down there?
3,
A weapon.
A weapon?
1.
How many guns do you need?
I'm a gun moron.
Remind me to never forget Spartan.
I'm afraid the Death Star shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive. Old Sheev is a real asshole, but he's so smug about it too. Can't help but love him.
Incoming. All directions.
Do I got a... No, we just got the goddamn shotgun. This is not a good lineup. Alright, well... maybe we can get something else. Not...
Spill your blood on this sacred ring!
There we go. Pulse rifle's a little bit better. Alright. Let's see what we can do here.
Lots of Banished craft heading your way.
Play some multiplayer? Well, if you watch my streams, and I did make note of this yesterday, I'm not a big fan of multiplayer, so that's probably not going to happen. I'm not going to do it on stream either, even if I did play multiplayer. That's another thing too. At some point I'll probably get into what I liked in the Halo games, especially when I was playing the Master Chief Collection last year. But I grade these games solely on their campaigns, not the multiplayer, because multiplayer I play few and far between. Every once in a while I'd boot it up and do something with a buddy of mine, but other than that, we never really, or I never really played that much of it. Of any Halo. Outside of a little bit of split screen stuff on the original Xbox. That's probably where most of my multiplayer experience comes from, the originals. Need another gun. Somebody have a needler around here? Or are we just looking at the plasma pistols? Oh, there it is. That's a little better. I just wish I had a little more ammo for it. Yeah, I could get the Mangler, but I'm not too into that. Alright, let's see what we can do. Oh, here's something.
More reinforcements. This weapon of yours must be worth it.
What was... Oh. It's a full-on ship.
This whole place looks like it's dying. Like it's clinging to life somehow.
Shit.
How is that possible?
Each ring is different. I see an entry point in the wall ahead.
Get in there. Find this weapon. Then we can go. Right?
Oh, one of these assholes again. See, I don't remember fighting these guys last time. That's why I need to play multiplayer? Why? Because I haven't played it? Nah. Like I said, not big into multiplayer games. Or multiplayer in general. I like doing a little bit of co-op. This game doesn't have co-op though, so... unless they incorporate it at some point, I'm probably not going to do any multiplayer of any sort. I played a little bit of Infinite when it first launched. People were talking about how great it was. I'm like, let me give it a try. It feels the same as any other multiplayer first-person shooter as far as I'm concerned, so... I don't think I'm missing out on much. Come again? I don't really like this gun, but
Be careful. They're still coming.
good enough.
Really pissed them off back there.
I'm not paying for Xbox Live. What are you talking about? Why do you think you know everything I own? I don't have Xbox Live at all. I've never put $1 into it. I had a free trial like when I first got my Xbox.
And broken. Very, very broken. I need to move. There are banished ships everywhere.
Anything else around here? Nothing? Stupid plasma pistol. I ain't dealing with that. Are you aware that this game is on PC? I just started thinking about that. You didn't know I was playing on PC despite the fact that I mentioned it several times. And it's in the stream title, or it was in the stream title last night. I was like, I'm playing the PC version. This is the PC version. This game is on PC. And you know what's great about PC? You don't gotta pay for online multiplayer. So when I said I gave the multiplayer a little try, that's what I played. I played it on PC. Shut up. Where'd you go? Oh, you just slipped right by me. Weirds me out when that pack explodes. It's goddamn elite. Damn. Hey, so whatever happened to Arbor and his little crew? Whatever happened to everything that ever happened in the previous two games? Seems like none of those are relevant anymore. I get that maybe they didn't want to continue on with those stories because they were kind of trash, but I feel like some closure is necessary. Let's see what happens here. Yes, continue. What about it? So I haven't played most of this section last time. I pretty much know where to go, but I gotta say the feel of the movement is alright with the controller. Probably better than I was expecting. Oh. I actually thought I had the shotgun still. I guess I swapped that out for the plasma rifle. Oops. I probably wanted to swap the other one. Whoa, what was that? Oh, wrong spot to take cover behind. Okay. Just the mass amount of grunts is making this a little hectic. But that elite is what's worrying me. It's just I gotta weed through the rest of these guys to actually get to them. There you are. Get out of here. I don't think I need any of those yet. Go away, elite. Go away. Let's see what's going on over here. More of that crap. Uh-oh. Three elites ain't nothing to scoff at. At least I got one of them. I'll go back here and see if I can get some more plasma, because it's cutting through these guys' shields is a bit of a pain in the ass. Oh, not there. Oh, shoot, almost everything looks like a plasma pistol. Well, maybe... Oh, wait, no. Okay, that works. I was gonna say, maybe the Needler might be a bit more my speed right now, but... I'll gladly take a new plasma rifle. Glad I landed that one. I'm gonna hold up. Oh yeah, we got a whole map for this. They show you like the whole thing before you actually get to the overworld. I'm gonna turn the where would that be under video? Yeah, let's turn the speed lines off. They're a little ridiculous, even though they seem less pronounced in the Xbox version. I don't know that I like them all that much. But how else will you know if you're sprinting?
This is Forerunner, right? I've heard the stories, but man, this is crazier than I imagined. Dumb question. How do you know this isn't a trap?
I don't.
Dumb.
Great. I hope this weapon of yours is worth the risk.
Dumb question.
Ships heading this way. Too many. We're running up.
A lot of questions that need answering.
It's been 6 months. Where have you been?
What happened? Where is Cortana?
Explain yourself.
The rogue AI known as Cortana is gone. She's been deleted.
How? By you?
Of course not. Did you hit your head or something? Don't you remember? My instructions were to enter this installation, imitate Cortana, and lock her down for retrieval. Yours were to take her back to the Infinity for deletion. So if it wasn't you... Okay then. There's something else. On successful deployment, my deletion routine was supposed to complete. Still here.
Good.
Good. My programming failed. I'm not supposed to be here. You need to delete me.
No.
No. I was created for one purpose, and that purpose is no longer needed. My mission is over.
We have a new one. The Banished are planning to fire this ring. We need to make sure they don't.
First of all, what's a banished?
Yes, explain.
Second, you may have noticed that a significant piece of this installation has been damaged, making that impossible. And third, to fire this ring, they would need an activation index. Cortana had the index. I had parts of it as well.
Something stopped your deletion. We need to find out why.
But this wasn't the mission.
The missions changed. They always do.
Are you sure?
What the hell? That was the controller. Jesus. Put it down for a second. It is like... I wonder what caused that. Oh yeah, we have we have a QTE. There it goes again. Jesus Christ. Maybe it's the battery pack inside. Sounds like an alarm buzzer going off.
Did you do that?
No. Removing me triggered a response from the ring. I need you to understand. There's not much time.
If you knew how you were going to die,
If you knew how you were going to die,
how would you live your life differently?
how would you live your life differently?
That voice. It's Cortana's.
No, it's not her. Just dust and echoes.
What did you say?
What? It's just pieces of data cycling until they run out of power. It's all around us.
Today, I was called an emotionless automaton. They saw the faces. 75 healthy subjects, handpicked by me. Perfect for the program.
That was loud enough to hear it over the mic.
I understand that.
It was a dynamic microphone too. It shouldn't be picking up noise like that, but I guess it was pretty damn loud.
There is one subject I find myself hoping does live through this. He is perfectly suited for what is coming.
Okay, let's get a move on.
He has been assigned a number. 1-1.
Are these just formless? Do they have anything? That kid's almost got a pomp on him.
There's something up ahead. I can feel it calling out to me.
I think I like this Cortana. I kind of feel like this might even be our regular Cortana. I wish, like I said, I wish there was a more cohesive story going on. Because I feel a bit lost. I don't want to know, but I almost feel like this would be like regular Cortana, but either parts of her got deleted and she's a bit of a numpty now, or she might even just be...
These are the Banished.
Affirmative.
They smell even worse than I imagined.
She might be in disguise, I don't know.
Well, an array of sensors in your armor can, and I analyze the inputs. You smell fine, by the way.
Yes. We speculated what exactly she was smelling. Both on Master Chief and all the aliens around us. They must give off quite a scent, though. Oh, a sniper rifle. I don't think I got that last time.
Look, over there. That's the source.
The bridge is out.
Yes, it is. Maybe there's a way to power it back up nearby. They'll pair you with another AI.
They'll pair you with another AI.
Maybe even another Cortana model if Ozzy lets them. Right.
So there's a bit of Halo 4 story like fitting in here just from these little vocal clips, but I mean, it's not a whole lot to go on.
Is it safe?
I think so. Yes. It's safe.
There it goes again. It's kind of funny when you play games on PC, you kind of forget like vibration is even going to be a thing.
I don't know why. I don't know how, but it is me.
Hey, thank you, Magnus. Appreciate
The last
that.
part I remember being deleted. Let me just...
Thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Welcome, guys. Very much appreciated. The stream is on a bit of a delay, so you might not be able to hear me right away.
What I'm about to show you will help turn the tide of war. I have been working to harness the strategic power of a shipborne AI onto the battlefield. Are you ready?
Yes, Dr. Halsey.
Unlike previous AI models, she will reside between your mind and the suit, directly communicating with your neural interface. Think of her as a new set of eyes to aid your reactions and upgrade your reconnaissance.
Make sure I
She's
get
not
that
a
out there.
rival, but a way to level the playing field.
What do I call her?
Ask her. She named herself.
Hello, Master Chief. I'm Cortana.
Together you become our newfound hope. Together, you become our key to humanity's survival. She will do anything necessary to make sure that your mission is accomplished, even if that means sacrificing herself, or you, to accomplish it.
What happened? I touched it and
Was that real?
it's just data. It's just here. Clusters of recursive code. But this, on the other hand, this is the framework I use to trap Cortana. It contains a copy of the activation index, at least fragments of it. What should we do with it?
Do we need it?
Well, based on what you've told me so far, the bigger question is, do the Banished need it?
Do it.
Sorry, trying not to talk too much to the cutscenes, but thank you. Appreciate the lurk. Appreciate the raid. And you have a good night.
That was... something? Let's go.
Alright. Well, very good then. Let's see what we get done here. Is this where we came in from? No, yeah, okay. We need to go to the other one.
There's a file that's been unlocked, but I don't have access.
We need a route out of here.
Okay, let's see. There's a breach close by. It should lead us to the surface.
In other words, mind your own business, new Cortana. Get the feeling like stuff is gonna pop out at any second. Well, you know what? Alright, I'm gonna take... I don't know. I usually like to have 2 different types of ammunition on hand with the weapons I get, but I think I'll have 2 plasma for right now.
Get this bridge activated.
That's not what I meant to do, actually. I meant to zoom in.
We've got company, Chief. Meet me at the plinth up ahead.
Alright. Guess I don't really want to waste this. Whoa. Jackals are talking. Nope, actually, hold up. You too. Damn. If I had a mouse, I probably could get these guys. Actually, you know what? I didn't think I actually shot through Jackal's little cutout holes in the shield last time. Who now? I'll just get him on both sides. Bastard. Okay, let's see what we can get here. What is that? Oh, empty. Alright. Is that because I exploded it? Pulse carbine. Our stalker rifle's completely charged though. Maybe I charge it up with that, I guess. Well, I'm gonna need something else then, because that's only at 6%. Ugh, fine, I'll just take the goddamn mangler.
Wow, you got here fast. Not the type to waste any time, huh?
No.
Noted. Let's go.
Yeah, I think I like those Cortana. I don't know how many times I've mentioned at this point. Her face looks a little weird during some of the animations, though. I don't know. If that's facial capture, it's a little scary sometimes. I guess that's what happens. But, you know. Can't always get it right. Too bad, huh? That's the other thing I don't like about the mangler. Doesn't have a straight shot, it shoots in an arc. And I shot that guy right in the head. Or at least I thought it was a head. I'm sure you know a lot about that, huh? Oh, somebody else got on it. I guess it stands to reason someone would have, but kind of hoping it'd be a one and done. That was just a stupid grunt. Don't you get on. Not enough of you people.
Hold this position, you filth! You will
I didn't realize that they have conversations with each other. I feel like there was one of the Halo games that did that. I don't remember if it... I think it might have been 5. Some of the Covenant aliens were talking to each other while they were doing shit. I guess there was more scripted stuff in as early as 2, though. I don't remember if that was something that was in Combat Evolved. This Needler doesn't have a whole lot. Let me... not that. I'll just get the Mangler back, because at least it's got a decent amount of damage behind it. That works. Oh, can I pick this up? Yes, I can. Nice. I see him reaching for that grenade, little bastard. Go check on what they... You know what? There was supposed to be an... I think that's an audio log. Oh, you know what? I played through this section earlier, so once you pick it up, even if you start a new game, I guess, it still records you as having picked it up in a previous playthrough. It's kind of weird, but alright. Grunt mules drop a variety of weapons when killed. I was like, yeah, this guy's got like all the hookups. Oh man, yeah, okay, let's do that sidekick. I wonder if I should take this assault rifle. Decisions. Maybe I'll take the assault rifle instead.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
This gravity lift should be powered up. We need to find a way to bring it back online.
Got it.
This object, it's part of the ring's life force. It's called a power seed.
I'll show you a power seed.
All space, all time.
Stars swelling, collapsing, serving their longer shore.
But anyway, yeah, we missed a few audio logs thinking about it, and I guess I'm not going to go back and play them. Most of them weren't interesting. There was one, I think, that made note of the Spartans that were aboard the ship that we were on that we scuttled, and then there were a few that were
The yearning and the fed at last.
the, whatever the stupid faction is. What is their name? The Abandoned?
Chief, stop. How is that a Spartan? We need to find out what happened.
Ah.
She was carrying an enhanced shield module. Let's see what I can find out about her. Accessing. This is Spartan Bonita Stone, recon specialist. Her vitals have been offline for nearly a month. Cause of death was an energy blade, but different, stronger. A single strike. She never saw it coming.
Oh, that's too bad. Enhanced shield core increases the amount of sustained fire your energy shield can absorb before breaking. Upgrade by installing Spartan cores. Okay. So we just got the module. We didn't get the core yet. I think we'll get a core a little bit later. In a box. So be on the lookout for that. Just checking to make sure there isn't anything else here. That was a grunt. Surprised that didn't hit me.
We're here. That elevator should take us to the surface.
%4 on this. I need a Damn, I should have gone for that one in the distance. I kind of saw him. I just wasn't thinking about it when I peeked out for a moment. Don't suppose there's any ammo crates up here. There are a decent amount that are kind of at a distance right now. Got some kinetic ammo. Oh, shoot. Good enough. You know what? 60%. Okay, so I picked up that other one that one jackal dropped. Coming from me up from down here. You know what kind of sucks? I could shoot straight through that you know what? Maybe that isn't, Okay, I thought the middle part was a hole. I guess it isn't. Because I feel like I'm shooting through it. I think you can only shoot at them from underneath. Like maybe get their legs. Yeah, it looks like you get their foot. That's kind of a hard bit to hit. Is there a guy at a distance out here? I know there was one targeting me, but I don't know if he's still out there. Maybe he came up. Get another one. Nice, they're fully charged now. Just gonna take that as just in case. Jesus. All these grunts sound like they're about to have a panic attack.
We need to call down the elevator. Look for a control terminal.
Give me a sec, new Cortana. Look around here a moment. Are we on ammo?
This elevator's drawing power from the ring. Well, it was. The seed is missing.
Oh, right. We gotta go get the seed.
What are these things?
Genetic repositories. Forerunner storage vessels. Silexes.
How do you know this?
I was stuck in that room for 6 months, surrounded by them. Let's just say they talk. A lot.
Looks like there's a few different types. I recognize... I just want to do that to zoom in. I recognize like those looking ones. I don't know about all the other ones. Especially not the human ones. Actually, those look like grunts. Interesting. I'm not very familiar with Halo lore. So... I don't know how much of this has been covered in previous Halo. But she's talking about Silexes like I know what the hell that is. Can I actually throw... What? It's like, what is Master Chief? Oh, you can throw it. That's dangerous. What if you lose it? I guess maybe it respawns or something back at the other point, but...
Get that cradle powered up.
Kind of funny, you could just chuck this thing around. I guess you can't throw it in there. It's like me with the skulls in Staff of Kings, Indiana Jones. Oh, you know what? I think some like jackals or something comes down. I'm gonna put that long range weapon right there. We might need it in a bit though. But I think for right now I should probably just hang on to this pulse rifle.
This isn't Forerunner. It identifies as Banished.
Can you operate it?
In my sleep? Not that I sleep, but... Oh! I don't need to. It's already on its way down.
Incoming.
But what if it's a friend?
It isn't.
Part of the we might not be the only two humans left, didn't you understand? Or maybe she wasn't there at that point. It should be logged.
Escherum's orders are that you should be brought before him. He did not specify in how many pieces.
Yeah, okay, so this is the guy I was referencing before. Shit. Also, he does like this dive bomb attack. You should. This guy's got a gnarly grenade launcher. Ooh, there it goes. It's unfortunate he got his shield back up by the time I threw the thing at him. At least we were able to take it down a little bit. Oh, crap. Ugh. Spider-Man my way out of this. Huh, he actually gained a bit of distance. I have no clue where he is. I'm not even sure if that was entirely me or if it was that thing blowing up. Whoa! That's still kind of going off.
He was not friendly. By the looks of him, he was some sort of leader. They called him Tremonius.
Oh, that's Tremonius.
That's almost funny.
Well, I'm glad we found him. After one grunt made reference to him. Or no, it was a brute. Well, somebody made reference to him. Alright, this is where it all shit the bed last time, so...
Multiple Banished craft are converging on your location. They're coming for you.
Sierra 117. Understood.
I've been trying to reach you. You vanished. I thought I was on my... Okay, I got your location. On my way. Be ready.
This guy's got some serious, like, abandonment issues. She's not very smart. You think she'd be a little bit more savvy as an AI, but I guess she's got a bit to learn. She's a fresh one. All right. So when I streamed this yesterday, things were going relatively smooth. We were having a bit of bitrate issues where stuff was kind of getting a little bit choppy here and there. But right when I got to this point, this is where it really started to shit the bed. As I said before, this is where the CPU usage climbed through the roof. And I didn't see it until after I stopped streaming. I noticed that the game, even after the stream was shut off, was commanding a very high amount of CPU usage. which affects OBS and its way to actually stream. So when it started freezing and stuff like that, that's what was happening. I think my voice was getting a little bit weird too, with the compressor like not compressing. It was getting real staticky. So it was a weird experience, but being on console and using a capture card, that's no longer the case. Anyway, we've acquired a Spartan core. These valuable Mjolnir components are used to upgrade equipment. Access upgrades in the campaign menu to install cores. Alright, well, let's take a look at that. Where's the campaign menu? Is it this? Here we go. You know what? I noticed Master Chief's armor in some of the cutscenes and promotional materials looks awfully clean. I wonder if there's something we can do to upgrade either the look of the armor or the quality of the armor or what. Grapple shot stuns grappled enemies for several seconds and increases shield capacity by an additional 15% of base shield strength. Okay, well now I know that because I actually read over the component that we got last time instead of skipping over it, I guess, like I did last time. I know that this is the shield that is always on. I thought it might be something that we had to enable. But knowing that, I think I'm going to upgrade it. So far we haven't had too many issues with just the standard heroic difficulty, which I'm a little bit surprised by because, as I've made note of before, I never really cared for Halo's harder difficulty settings. Because, boy, enemies can burn through your shields quick in some of them, and, you know, they could take you out in 1 or 2 shots, which I was never too fond of. And then on top of that, they do become, like, damage spongy. I'm a little bit sickened by the fact that I gotta pump as much ammunition as I have to into some of these grunts to kill them, but other than that, I think everything else seems relatively fair.
This one's open. What do you think was in it?
Another problem.
Why so cynical? It might be something good.
Trust me, it won't be.
So I wonder what happens in that case. Does it just manifest like a new body? Oh, the disruptor. I think I like what I got. We got a super long range and we have a medium range. I'm pretty much good with that. I don't remember liking the disruptor when I tried it the other day either. Get out of here. Yeah, that'd be me. Just took off.
How do we get out of here?
Terminal, over there.
Okay, moment of truth. Let's see what the performance is like with the open world. The actual open world.
Just give me a second. I should be able to get control from here.
So Tremonius has fallen, a victim of the Master Chief's might. Do not fool yourself. He was not the best of the Banished, not by any measure. It occurs to me that we have not been introduced. I, of course, know of you, Spartan. Your legend. The fear you inspire is admirable. The hope you stir in the hearts of your kind. Misplaced. I want you to know my name, too. To know my legend. How else will you beg me for mercy? I am Escharum, War Chief of the Banished.
I guarantee you I won't remember that name.
And you have little time remaining in it.
Yep, moment of truth here. Finally get to see the open world. Ah, birds. You know, in the PC version, there were settings for the birds. It was like pathfinding for them or something. Surprisingly, it took up, well, like a 0.01 of VRAM just to upgrade that.
Wow, look at this place. It's so full of more monsters coming to kill us.
Yeah, things do that.
You're gonna need to clear me somewhere to land.
Incoming.
Okay, I might need something a little bit more rapid fire. Performance isn't too bad. I'm not seeing like a major hit being taken here. Oh shit. Wow. Whoa, Chief, what are you doing? Stop crawling on the ground. Yeah, that guy was getting ready for a teabag. Shoot, I think somebody got up the hill. Give me a sec. It's just like the sheer amount of grunts in this game actually makes them a viable threat. They threw that themselves. They have no one to blame but themselves. I hear somebody. Guess they must have left. Wow, look at that. Shoot, I think he actually tagged me with that. Oh wow, I didn't even know that door was breakable. Oh, we got a brute. He just kicked that gun out. I think he's all right. He'll get out eventually. Hey! Stop bugging me. Are you not concerned for your countrymen? Damn, out of ammo on that. No. Nah, I'm gonna have to take that. Hi. Whoa. Somebody on the top. What's going on up there? Oh, there's a turret. That'll do him. Shit. Just realized that they had needlers. I remember when they first showed the preview for this game. The one with Craig and everything that everybody mocked. But I remember that was last year in 2020, I guess. someone I remember making mention that this game seemed like Doom Eternal for old folks that lost their twitch reflexes. Oh god, that was a hell of a scream. I mean, I don't think it's as nearly as frantic or as fast-paced as Eternal, but it's not that bad. I still feel like there's a bit of reflex needed to get through some of these little sections, especially when they're piling on the enemies like this. Uh-oh. Stop shooting that shit at me. Oh. What's going on with that shit? Whoa! I didn't even realize there was explosive there. Oh, okay. I just got pushed out of the way. I'm not in a cover spot. You know what? Maybe it's not a good idea to wield that just yet. That didn't work. Wow, I'm surprised that shotgun could get that much range. Certainly couldn't do it when I had it. What was that? Oh, it's this asshole. What's going on, elites? I thought you guys and the brutes broke up. Oh wait, but there's like a faction that sided with them, I guess, in 5 or whatever. I never know what's going on. Okay.
Is it safe?
Is anything? Don't answer that. If you can find me somewhere to hack in, I think I can guarantee this base will be safe for your friend to land.
I mean, I guess it's going to be as safe as it can be. Are we in that ship? What is that? Oh, there's a audio file down there. I like that they make so much noise. Oh, sorry. I guess he was still talking. Mjolnir Locker. Mjolnir Lockers contain cosmetic items that can be equipped in Halo Infinite multiplayer. Oh. Capture FOBs to reveal any lockers in the surrounding area on the TAC map. View and equip items in the armor home. Alright. I thought it would affect my single player appearance, which I thought might have been kind of cool, but no. What is this? That's a hell of a look gun. Jeez. This seems kind of familiar. Yeah, that's cool. Alright. Let's see. We need the Pelican to get down here. How do we do that? It's never a good idea to switch for one of those, but... This looks suspicious.
Let me see. The Banished are using a modification of the Covenant's BattleNet protocol. Pretty easy to push through, and done. I've removed this location from their system. We're safe here.
LZ secure.
Well, that was fast. It's like he's hiding around the corner.
Solid ground. As good as this feels. Please tell me we can go. Did you find the weapon you were looking for? Can we go?
Hi.
What the?
It is a demon!
Cortana. What's she?
Oh, I guess he'd know about Cortana.
It isn't Cortana. Tell him.
But it's classified.
Permission granted.
I was created by Dr. Catherine Halsey to mimic this installation's security to trap Cortana for deletion. I was successful.
Cortana's no longer a threat. And now she's going to help us stop the Banished.
Of course she is.
I think I'm with you. I didn't even know what a Banished was an hour ago, and even I can see the odds aren't great.
Yes. Yes, you should listen to her. You're gonna get us all killed.
Oh, this is fascinating.
Goddamn.
You're trying to survive. But I was programmed to
New
die.
Cortana's got a fat ass. Jesus.
One person with a death wish wasn't enough.
No, I was just figuring what I'm supposed to... Wait. I'm picking up a UNSC distress signal.
Location.
The source is 4 kilometers from here. Here is the distress signal's point of origin. This is our current location. This was, until 2 minutes ago, a Banished forward operating base. I say was because now it's ours.
Oh.
Chief, what is she talking about?
Now, here's the cool part. There are more UNSC forward operating bases that have fallen into Banished hands. Well, pause. They have paws. Each one is associated with a territory. Here is the location of the UNSC signal I've been tracking, and here are 2 more fobs.
Mark it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, it's like somebody turned the lights on.
There? Siempre hay algo contigo. Déjame en paz, por favor.
Mierda. Carajo. Muttering in Spanish. I like that subtitle. Can probably translate it. Alright, well this is the open world aspect, but we take pelicans to other places? I figured we'd just be kind of like roving about. But, well, maybe not, because I guess it doesn't really look like there's any path that we can take. Alright. Well, I'm assuming we're mostly done here. Let's see. There's 3 triangles. I don't know what that is. Is there a way to tell what that is? There's another. Oh, there's a couple skulls here too. I'm guessing we could come back to this, so it's not super imperative. Wish I knew what the pyramids were. I guess the armor locker is probably the thing on the left. The one in the middle is an audio log, and then there's 3 something else. So I'll I'll look into it later. It's not, like I said, not super important right now.
You want me to follow some signal. Then you leave me here waiting. Well,
Goddamn.
It's not like I have anything better to do.
No, you don't. So calm down, Pablo. Jesus. I'm just seeing what the hell the marker was. Don't make me come in there. I will bust down and shit fury on you. Oh, continue mission. Alright. Some of these cutscenes are looking a little choppy to me, but it's not bad. It's definitely not as bad as what I was seeing on PC. Before I sent in for the refund, I put all the settings down to low, and it was still really, like, low frame rate and super choppy and unstable. And after reading some reviews and seeing, like, a lot of people having the same problem, I was like, yeah, you know what? Probably isn't the best right now.
Isn't it?
To some.
You know, it was especially beautiful? The, the de-rendering of some of the trees in the background.
I have a question. I was created to lock down Cortana, but I don't know why. What did she do that was so wrong?
She tried to overthrow the universe.
I understand that, but... Is this classified? Because I don't have all the information.
Chief, this is insane. I see Banished everywhere. Did you hear me? Everywhere.
What intel did Dr. Halsey give you before your mission?
Halsey only tells people what they need to know.
Fly Pelican straight into enemy territory. No one will ever notice. Great idea, big guy.
I still don't understand why you had to delete her. It feels like something's missing.
Guess what? They noticed. They all noticed. And we've got a Banished structure up ahead. Armored. Very heavily armored.
It'll have to wait, I suppose.
Yeah, I like how everybody's just ignoring him.
How close? We're unarmed, and you're asking me how close?
Put us down here.
Here? We're still doing this. Hope this works, because it's as good as it's gonna get.
It's close enough.
It better be. I'm getting out of here.
So also when I was reading the reviews, I mean, there were a few of them that were talking about the performance.
Unsc signal's origin.
Source.
Unclear. There's just too much chatter on all Banished channels. I keep hearing the tower. It's probably the main structure we saw as we flew in.
Which performance is a completely valid
Look down
criticism.
there. We're close to the fob we detected. You take out those monsters, get me to that terminal, and I'll show what I can do.
Come on, Xenos, aliens, something else. Monsters? But anyway, other complaints, as I talked about, some of them were that the campaign didn't have a co-op, which,
Okay,
whatever.
UNSC signal first. But we need to come back here when we're done, or the other fob. You choose.
You choose. But it seemed like a lot of people were taking exception to the fact that this game had a bit of an open world to it. Now, I don't know how far that extends, if this is just going to be the rest of the game from now on, or if there's something else to it. But like, I remember reading one review, it's like, I remember Halo being about cool music and tight corridors. Did we play the same goddamn game? I seem to remember there being quite a few segments in many a Halo where it was a little more open than just a couple tight corridors. You know, you travel around, you get in a warthog, you drive some places. Maybe you find an installation and then it's a little tight corridor for a little bit, but it's not like that's the whole game. Oh. I guess I could detach it, but that does not point down very far. But we'll see. I mean, at the very least, this game still feels like Halo in terms of control and design. Whether or not this ends up taking the rest of the game, and if it gets old after a while, I guess we'll find out. That's not what I meant to do. I actually meant to do that. Shoot. Oh, right. They can detonate the canister that you're holding. Oh, that's convenient. Maybe I shouldn't get up there, considering how many enemies were up there. That's a convenient checkpoint, though. This game's generous with the checkpoints, at least. Oh, shit.
You made short work of that, huh? Now to business. Let's lock down Fob Golf.
Is that what we're calling this?
Alright, I need an ETA on the weapon.
37 minutes, 52 seconds, Captain Lasky.
I don't suppose you could speed that up?
I imagine that's a question for her, sir.
Well, fair enough. Is the escort fleet in position?
Aye, sir. We've got 6 Milson frigates in the advance group ready to move.
Acknowledged. Have them set course at full speed. Hopefully we won't be far behind. I don't like this waiting. We're sitting ducks out here.
Thought I heard another one.
This is Lasky to all hands. The Infinity has been compromised. All remaining crew should immediately evacuate and make for the surface.
What? Already?
Another breach, port side. Banished are pouring in faster than we can keep up. What's the move, Spartan?
You heard the captain. We're falling back to Hangar Bay and getting off this ship.
Heading for the ring surface with the Banished all over us?
Do you think you're safer here? Pick up the wounded. The Infinity's lost. We are not.
So it's essentially just Combat Evolved all over again. Alright.
Let me see. Yes, I was right. All I need to do is chat with the Banished security protocol. And by chat, I mean push it out of the way because it is really not smart. And there. We now have ourselves a second fob.
Was that you?
Affirmative.
So what, you're going to just rebuild the UNSC? Piece by piece?
That's his call. I'm just trying to be helpful. Speaking of which, each fob seems to be linked to the BattleNet. And if I do this, we can piece together what the Banished are up to. For instance, over here is some kind of Banished outpost.
Purpose?
Unclear, but it's well defended, so it's definitely worth looking into and blowing up. And here is what I can only describe as someone that the Banished value highly.
Noted.
His bio is interesting. If you want to see for yourself, it's waiting for you in the database. They're tracking UNSC transponders too. Caches containing valuable equipment and intel. Oh no, it looks like there are multiple UNSC squads engaged in trying to survive. They need your help, Chief.
Is that the technical term? Engaged in trying to survive. Alright, well, we need to investigate the distress signal, but I suppose I'll probably go for that.
Are you ready, Chief?
Oh, wait.
What do you think?
I already told you that the odds aren't great.
For them?
Then let's go find out what that signal is.
Mongoose drop-off approaching your LZ, Chief.
Oh, you do that. Always so prompt. Let's see what's going on with Boxer Squad. Oh, that's a ways up there. Oh, Lord. Gotta get used to Halo vehicle controls again. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna do me any good right now. No, don't get on the back. Hop off of it. There you go.
We just picked up a UNSC distress signal. The signature suggests a squad of Marines.
Alive?
No response on comms, but if they are, it's a sure bet they need our help. Let's find them.
I like how the chief gives short one-word responses in this game. I didn't really like his full-blown conversations that he was having in 5. So I feel like it's a step up. I wonder if they cut the dude's pay, though, that does the voice. I was saying this before, but I guess it's on a stream that's no longer recorded. But basically, I always thought it was weird. I mean, Chief sounds great for the type of game that Halo 1 and 2 were, and I guess 3. Which were, you know, just casual console shooters from the early 2000s. And there's sort of like this stylized, almost cartoony kind of vibe about them. But then as the game started becoming a little bit more sophisticated, and especially within the fact that they started getting like real actors and they were trying to go for more realistic performances, he stuck out like a sore thumb. The voice did anyway, when he's talking amongst, you know, like Nathan Fillion and others. Although he was always the most unique one, it's like, you know, despite the fact that he didn't exactly fit in with the rest of them were so goddamn boring. Need another weapon. God damn it. Outside of Locke, I don't even remember who many of the others were. Oh, hello? Marine? I heard a Marine somewhere. Not go as nearly as far as I was hoping it would.
Come on, Chief. My trigger finger's itchy.
Oh.
Marines, no contact. Saves our asses, Spartan.
They shot
Hostiles
one.
Eliminated. Glad we made it in time.
Good to have
you back, Chief.
Oh my god, that's a woman. at least the voice is. You look awfully unique.
Yeah?
Yeah, you do. Ooh. Ooh. Man, humanity has suffered over the years. We're so ugly now.
I ain't dying today. You want to give away our position? Shut the hell up.
Alright, settle down, people. Settle down. I don't want this weapon. Oh, those would have been nice to have. Oh, the sidekick. Oh, fine, I'll take it. Kind of want a plasma weapon, but there's not really anything here that I
Take point, sir.
would rather take. Are you guys following me? Alright.
That's quite a view.
Yeah, you were like kind of holed up on a cliffside. I'm surprised you didn't catch it before. Alright, let's go see... What is this? Spartan? Oh, Spartan core. Yeah, we'll need that. Damn it. I'm used to marking shit on the map with a different button.
More Banished incoming.
What, right now? Where? I hope you guys can keep up. I don't know what their capabilities are going to be like. We're like on the top of a mountain. Somehow I get the feeling like they're not going to be able to follow me all the way down. Some Elder Scrolls shit. All NPCs are dead by the time they get down here.
No response on comms. We should check it out.
I want that Spartan core before I go do anything else. I guess the grunts are doing like a radio show now, or what is that? He's a comms officer, but why he's talking so casually? Stuck on a branch. There's somebody in the trees. Foliage is so dense I can't even see the hard light shield. Okay. Yeah, let's just switch to the carbine. That could probably be a better bet. And thank God everything interesting makes noise. I mean, I guess I could push the down arrow too. Let's see. Spartan cores. I could get one for the grapple shot. I actually haven't. When I played this yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, that's great. It could stun grappled enemies for several seconds. I'm like, I think I want to get that, but I'm not really using it to grapple onto enemies this time around. It doesn't feel natural. I could wait for another core and increase the shields by an additional 15%, but I don't know. Maybe, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll do the grapple hook. Maybe the fact that I have it will motivate me to actually use it like that. Oh, hey, this thing! I've been wondering about this gun. Still burst fire? Yeah, it is. Initially, I thought when we got the battle rifle in the opening segment, I thought it was this one. I thought it'd have a better zoom than it did. Let's give it a try. I mean, this was basically your assault rifle in, what, like reach? It's not gonna work. It's good that when you like launch up to something, it kind of bounces you up a little bit. Otherwise, navigating all this stuff would be a little bit more frustrating, I think. Oh. Is that what we're looking at? Because I don't see what the relevance of that one clearing was. That's a big installation. That's just recovery. Investigate the UNSC distress signal. Is there something making a distress signal over here, or what? Maybe that's just getting us to the big building. Because otherwise, I don't see anything. Alright, let's go to the big building.
I guess Tower was a more than appropriate name. Look at that place. The signal's coming from within that main structure. Somewhere up top. We're gonna need to find a way in.
Whoa. Whoa! That's some teamwork. Didn't exactly pay off, but, A for effort.
He's here for the asset. Send word to the one. He must not pass.
I thank you for the lurk, Anakin. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for the additional words of encouragement as well. Yes? Oh, hey. Also, sorry, there's a bit of a delay on the stream, so if you don't hear me catch you right away, that's why. But I do appreciate it. You need to confront them. It's the only way to get ahead in life. I'm just going to leave those Marines there. I hear a grunt up here screaming about something. I want to find him. Oh, is it these guys? Alright, good job, people. Cleaning house a little bit. Oops, except for these guys. Oh yeah, I love that medium to long range. I don't think so. You're gonna have to start shooting past that little wall first. I don't remember the brutes like bleeding pink either. It's like they're Klingons or something. Oh, damn it.
Shoot armor! Human!
And I could probably see where a lot of the delays kind of came in for this game, because I can imagine doing all this shit in a sort of open world must have been a nightmare to code. So many different variables that could screw things over hard. These gate controls. Ah, okay. That makes a little more sense. Don't think that's what he wants to show. Oh, that's where they are. Where? God damn it. These guys are everywhere. Oh, hi. No. Something around here somewhere. What is that? Ah. Audio log.
The Harbinger is free. I do not trust her, but I must believe in Atriox's plan.
Oh, pfft. Damn it. I think it blew as I was trying to grab it. That or he blew up another one, I'm not too sure. I'll try that on for size.
But I must believe in Atriox's plan. His sacrifice must not have been in vain. Especially now. His faith in what we learn from the Ark is all I need. The Harbinger is but a first move to secure our position, our future. Did Cortana know about all this when she chose this ring? Did she expect it would be her doom also? As I look upon this endless world, that question consumes me. So, the demon is here. Did you think I would let you walk right into my tower?
Whoa.
My facility is locked down. There is nothing you can do here.
Damn it. I wanted to see him talking. Shut up, Marine. No one's talking to you. Hey, so was Harbinger... Okay, I know I was joking about Harbinger before being the name of the guy. Well, I wasn't necessarily joking. I just wasn't sure if it was the name. But, was Harbinger the one that you had to fight like 1,000 times in Halo 5? God damn it. There you are. Bastard. Shoot. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too much, too much, too much. Oh, damn. It was a bit of a scuffle dealing with that brute, but then I ended up getting shot by a jackal, I think. I had him. It's the third time I fought this guy and then regret not using a plasma weapon on him. There's coil. Don't need any of that. Not right now, anyway. Shoot, 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 shoot. Let me try and take you out now. There we go.
Yes, he does, but fortunately, it's misplaced. When the lockdown triggered, there was a power spike in what I presume was a security building. I've marked it on the map.
Oh no, that wasn't the right one.
On your 6.
Me? Still a big one around here, right? There he is. Nice.
Hey, Shaggy!
The hell you calling Shaggy?
The only way in is to remove the lockdown.
Alright, we'll worry about that in a sec. Well, how about we get rid of all the guys with the guns first? I got landed hard. Or girl, I can't tell. Okay, where are we looking? Oh yes.
This is where the lockdown was triggered.
Down there, right? Inside this thing. Hold up, my palm itches. Not exactly good for controller use. Surprise! Damn.
Terminal up on the top floor.
Okay. Tossing a grenade.
No, don't. Yeah, okay. The area was clear.
The lockdown protocol should be simple to reverse. Let me see. 3, 2, 1. Done. Oh.
What is it?
Oh.
This place is an interrogation facility run by our elite friend back there, Chaklock. His reputation is not good.
Neither is mine.
Oh, don't sell yourself short now. I'm sure you have a wonderful reputation, Chief.
You're going to need to manually activate the gravity lift. I've marked it on your map.
What is this? It's like an LMG or something. Interesting. Any other weapons I should be concerned about? What is this? Oh, this is the one that fires in... Yeah.
This location acts as a holding facility. Prisoners are captured, funneled through to Chaklock, and then onto somewhere they call the House of Reckoning, which is suitably ominous and banished sounding.
Sounds like a song. Rock ballad from the 80s. Oh. Sorry, does that upset you guys? Oh, was that you? I thought that was me. Well, good job. Thanks for coming up the rear. Oh, that terminal. Yeah, that one looked like it needed to be used at some point. Alright, let's see. Should have been up. Here we go. Or if my thing can hook up there. Yes, it can. Uh-oh.
Find a way to activate the gravity lift.
Give me a sec. There's somebody shooting at me. Yeah. popping up when I least expect it. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God, that is a lot. Okay, then.
Let's go. The gravity lift's powered up.
Well, hold up a sec. That guy way off in the distance is giving me some shit. There we go. Shoot. Oh shit. Oh shit. What the hell is that? Don't like that. Where'd it go? There you go. Okay. Here we go. Oh, we're down here.
Chief, more Spartan armor, and the source of the distress signal. We're too late.
Are we? I guess we are.
A deployable threat sensor. It appears to lock onto and highlight any targets in range. Could be useful. This armor belonged to a Spartan named Hudson Griffin. Sensor logs suggest he was alive when the armor was removed. Forcibly. It's a long shot, but he might still be alive.
Threat sensor is a deployable device that reveals and highlights enemies within range. Press the right arrow to equip the switcher, and then press down to equip it. Multiple sensors may be placed simultaneously by installing Spartan cores to upgrade it. Football! It's a good thing I had that on hand. I mean, I don't like that more than the... Yeah, there you go. I don't like that more than the hook shot, but... It's kind of cool, I guess.
He's about what you would expect for an elite who specializes in torture.
It's awfully dank in here.
So easy. A
Whoa. Was that the same idea? Oh, no ammo for that. I guess I knew that, I just needed to make sure. I do have a shotgun ammo now. A little late on that. Oh, that was all on you. Like this freeform jazz version of the Halo theme.
Oh no, Spartan Griffin. He's still alive.
We need to get him out of there. Where's Jacklock?
Unknown.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun. Hard light weapon. Oh, is the door just open? God damn it, I was thinking we needed a switch to open it. We are the switch.
Welcome to my tower, Master Chief. It is where you will be broken. It is where you will give up your secrets.
I got nothing to hide, man. Unlike you.
The wall's retracted. Watch your...
Whoa. Okay. That was quick. I thought I had him on the ropes. No, you won't.
The wall's retracted. Watch your back. He could come from anywhere.
I guess this is what the fog is for, because you can sort of see him in it. It's not too easy, though. I'm the coward? You're the one with the... What is this hypocrite? This hypocrisy. I'm the coward because I'm moving through here.
The wall's retracted. Watch your back. He could come from anywhere.
Hey, buddy, you want to get out of there?
Sensor can help you locate Jacklock.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? Ooh, got caught. Okay. Auto ammo on that. There we go. Not sure if he was dead yet. What is this? Oh, like an arc cannon. Interesting. Oh yeah. Sorry, buddy. Here, let's get you out of there.
Shut this thing down.
Working on it. Okay, be ready. I'm going to cut him loose.
It's you. You're alive. Chief, the Banished. I tried to stop them. I tried to...
Easy. You're safe now.
The Banished, they have something they call the Conservatory. That's all I know. It's picked up north of here. Dig site. I couldn't stop them. But you can. You have to.
Consider it done.
That's good. Good. The others, the Spartans. Did you?
I'll find them.
Echo 216, all channels. Can you hear me? I repeat, can you hear me?
Chief?
Big guy, your motion tracker isn't moving. Come on, give me anything.
Chief,
Respond, please. Did you find the source of the signal? Whatever's down there either has to come with us or be left behind. Can you hear me?
A dig site on the ring? This conservatory must be some sort of Forerunner installation. What do you suppose they're after?
It's time to go.
All right. Is there a quick way out of here now? Oh yeah, there is.
I'm guessing that whatever the conservatory is, the Banished won't want us anywhere near it.
Then they'll be disappointed.
Yes, they will.
You know what I think is kind of weird? I don't know if I turned off achievement pop-ups or what. I don't feel like I did. But I keep hearing them pop up. I've heard them pop up several times during this stream, but... Oh, right. Good thing he didn't take fall damage. But anyway, yeah, I haven't seen one yet, so I don't know. Alright, we got like some Blade Runner music. Okay. Well, that was interesting. I am digging this game so far. I like it quite a bit, and I'm glad that the Xbox versions at least work. And even though we're not on performance mode, it still seems to play pretty good. I haven't really seen any issues that are glaring. You know, definitely not along the lines of anything like with Tomb Raider when I was playing that on the PS3, Underworld that is. So it's like there's sometimes when something gets particularly bad, it tends to bug me. And I think with this one, it's all been pretty stable so far. So yeah, no real complaints about the performance. I think it looks pretty solid. As I said, I did my tests between the PC version that I streamed last night, or my comparisons rather, not necessarily tests, but I did my comparisons between that and this, and yeah, they look pretty similar. And when everything's in motion, aside from like the sometimes inconsistent frame rate, yeah, you really can't tell much of a difference. So I'm pretty happy with the way this game is performing on the One X. I wasn't sure what it was going to be like, but it's been pretty nice so far. And I kind of dig the sort of open world aspect of it. I mean, they're definitely kind of pushing you in the direction that you need to go to get these missions done, but it seems like there's a few options here and some variety. And ultimately, I don't think it feels too much different than some of the kind of more open segments in Halo 1, 2, 3, you know, Reach. So I've got no problems with it. But anyway, we'll definitely come back to this. I think I'm gonna maybe I don't know, possibly by next week. Otherwise, we'll see if we can get a Tomb Raider and a Arkham Origins stream in. But I guess that's if internet is willing. Overall, despite the fact that my bitrate hasn't been the hottest tonight, I mean, Twitch is still saying that the stream is excellent. I've noticed that there's been a bit of a delay, but otherwise it's not been too bad. But we'll see how this ends up working for us. Maybe, despite the fact that we have slight bitrate problems, maybe the delay isn't even all that bad of a thing. So, I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it as always. I'm going to end it here. Thank you, Magnus, for the raid earlier and everybody that was lurking. Let's see. Anybody streaming right now? Art Solid's doing some Spider-Man, but this is kind of late for him. I don't know if he's going to be going on too much longer. I just raided Scoob pretty recently. Maybe we'll just call it here. In any case, thank you guys again. I'm going to take off. We'll see about coming back tomorrow. Maybe doing some Arkham Origins since we haven't played that one in a little bit. And possibly more Halo Infinite either late this weekend or early next week. So until then, you guys take care, and we'll see you around next time. Have a good night.